anxiety is having baby kittens and hugging them and kissing them and just being happy with them. Let's get on with the video. Hi everyone, it's Isabel. So today I'm back with a new hair color, guys. Blonde is gone. It's like an ash brown, light ash brown. Got some highlights in it, so it's a little bit more like warm toned. It was like super ashy, but I felt like I needed a little bit more highlight and oomph to it, but I'm really loving it. I think it's so nice. I just felt like going darker. I was really getting tired of the blonde, and the upkeep was really annoying, and here we are, I'm brunette basically. So I'm so excited to film this video for you guys, and I'm sorry I only uploaded one video last week, but I am working on something super exciting for you guys. I'm so excited for you guys to see it. Hopefully we'll have it ready to you guys by the end of this week, if not beginning of next week. I'm just so ready for this, and it's been a long time coming, so I'm so excited. But anyways, today's video, we're going to be talking about anxiety and dealing with anxiety and how I deal with anxiety. Now, this has been a video that's been requested a lot, and I'm not going to tell you guys I know how to cure anxiety. I'm always advocating for therapy and getting professional help, so please don't think that this video or any kind of videos, self-help videos, are going to forego professional help. Always seek therapy, psychiatrists, psychologists, anyone just to talk to. Always seek professional help in some kind of way. And also betterhelp.com is a wonderful resource. You can find online therapy and things like that. I've talked about it before in a video, but just want to put that disclaimer out there because I know that a lot of people do make these kind of self-help videos on YouTube to help other people out and to also raise awareness, but don't ever take this as some kind of diagnosis or anything like that. I have suffered from anxiety. I went through a period of depression, and my anxiety probably a couple years ago was at its worst. It was at its peak. It was at its highest. I have finally figured out something that works for me, and my mindset has changed a lot over the years, which has also helped me in dealing with my anxiety. And I'm not saying that I'm cured of anxiety at all, because anxiety is one of those things where yes, you can keep it to a minimum and you know how to deal with it. And when you get panic attacks or anxiety, whatever, some people take medicine for it, some people, you know, they don't, some people just have their own natural remedies. I'm more of a natural kind of girl. I like to do things more naturally, which is why I don't take medication. I've never had to take medication, never wanted to. I am one of those cases where I can say safely, didn't have to take medicine, and I'm doing wonderful to this date. But anxiety can come back. Panic attacks can happen to you, and things can happen in your life that trigger some kind of emotional response that is similar to anxiety or anything like that, panic attacks. So I just want to make that clear that just because I know how to deal with it doesn't mean it completely goes away. And I actually feel like mine has gone away, but specific instances where it does come back full force, and the racing thoughts and the sweating and the pounding of the heart and all that, it has happened to me within this past year, probably about a couple times, but nothing like it was a couple years ago. So my anxiety was also caused by specific things and wasn't necessarily chronic like for some people it is. Thankfully, I was able to deal with it and form a mindset that would be helpful to me in just dealing with it. So yeah, enough chit chat. Let's get on to the video. I compiled a list of 5 steps, 5 tips that have been helping me a lot. I do have a video that I do go really into specifics, and I talk about the law of attraction. It's an older video, and I made this video when I was going through just really tough anxiety and things like that. So you might want to check it out. It is probably about 3 years old now, but it just kind of shows you how my mindset was back then, and I was trying to fight it. I was trying to do whatever I could, and to who I am today, and I'm just so much better, and I'm just so much more comfortable with myself, and I know how to deal with things, and I don't freak out on things anymore. So, okay, tip number one might be kind of hard for some of you who just don't really have a cause for anxiety, but try to find what's causing it. What is it that is keeping, when you wake up in the morning, you automatically feel dread? And for me, that was a lot of different things. I was just not happy with the way my life was going at the time. I was not happy with myself. I had a lot of work I had to do on myself and in my life and in my career. And it was like after college, and just my life was just so up in the air. And I just felt really bad about myself all the time. My anxiety was triggered by my circumstances. So once I figured out what is it that is causing this, why do I feel this way, I started to work on myself more, work on my career, work on, you know, getting ahead, on my success. And that's when I really started to feel like I was making leeway in my fight, in my battle with anxiety. And that is what I urge you to do, is try to find why is it that you're feeling like this? What is causing it? Usually there is something causing it. Usually it's a circumstance in your life. Sometimes we can change it. Sometimes it's just gonna take time for us to get over it, or for it to go away, or to be fixed. But try to figure it out. Maybe just try to write out a list or journal your thoughts of what it is that's worrying you, what's causing it, what you think might be causing it, even if you don't really think. Maybe something that's stressing you out, because stress causes anxiety. If it's something stressing you out, write it down. Be really vocal and open with yourself in a journal. I think journaling is so important. And usually in our minds, we have a problem and we make it so much bigger than it actually is. Our minds just amplify what it is that's bothering us, what's worrying us, whatever. So try to write things down. Be as honest and open with yourself. No one else is gonna read this. Don't feel like you have to sugarcoat anything. Whatever the heck is bothering you and making you feel stressed out or anxious or just bad about your life in general, write it out. And when you write things out, it makes things seem a lot smaller, like you can actually tackle it. It makes it seem like it's doable, not so, oh my God, this is such a big deal, because that's the problem with anxiety. It's like a vicious cycle. Something happens and we just overthink it so much. The fact that your paint chipped on your wall and you just make it a huge big deal, or the fact that you took a picture and didn't get a lot of likes. I know that's so funny, but you know, it might not seem like a big deal, but there's people who do get anxiety from things like that, you know, social anxiety, whatever it is. Figure it out. Try to find out the root cause and be super open and honest with yourself about it. What I used to do whenever I would have a problem, I would try to write out a plan for how to tackle, or a solution to the problem, or how I could solve it. If there was something that was really irking me, instead of thinking of all the ways it could go wrong or all the things I had to do, whatever, I just sat down and wrote down step by step everything, or just wrote down really quick little fixes or solutions, and it just helped calm my brain tremendously. And like I said, a lot of that had to do with where I was in life, how I felt about myself, my self-esteem, things like that. And that was really triggering my anxiety and just my emotional issues. So with time, things got better, with hard work and dedication, and just dedication to myself and wanting to get out of that place, I was able to fix that issue. And you know, everything takes effort, everything takes time. So you just have to be patient with yourself and understand and believe and tell yourself over and over again that it's gonna be better. Tip number 2 is to quit the caffeine. Now guys, I am a huge coffee lover. I drink coffee now because it doesn't cause the anxiety it used to cause, but coffee, caffeine was a huge contributor to just my racing, pounding heart, my feeling of, oh my God, sense of urgency, I have to do something right now or else I'm gonna explode kind of thing. And the thing is, I needed coffee because I'd wake up so lethargic and just so unmotivated that I needed coffee. I needed something to pick me up. And so coffee was the quick fix, and at first it'd be cool, it'd wake me up, and then it just brought me into overdrive. Also, I was drinking coffee that was really high in caffeine. So I recommend that if you have really bad anxiety, I'm not saying that coffee is going to cause you anxiety, I'm not saying coffee is the root cause of whatever. I'm just saying that it can help alleviate that feeling of pressure, the pounding heart, all that stuff. So quit the caffeine. A thing I really loved was chai tea, and I still drink chai tea to this day, even though I really love coffee way more. But chai tea really helped me so much. I was obsessed with chai tea at the height of my anxiety because it did have a little bit of caffeine, not so much, nothing crazy. So it would give me a pick-me-up, but it also calmed me down. It had something about it. It had these soothing properties about it that really calms me down. Chai tea, I'm not sure if somebody knows anything about chai, can tell me what's going on in chai tea that makes you feel calm. Maybe it's just me, but I felt like when I got rid of the coffee, when I switched to more natural forms of energy like maca powder or date smoothies, I'd just get dates and I'd blend it in a blender with water and ice, and it was super, 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 super energizing. That stuff is so energizing. The moment you start drinking it, it just wakes you up in like a happy, energetic kind of way, not in a beating out of your chest heart kind of thing, you know? So definitely caffeine could be contributing to this feeling. You might have anxiety. I mean, you might have anxiety, but you know, the coffee, the beating heart, the pounding, all that is contributing to that feeling of like you're drowning and like you're choking. It's the worst feeling. So tip number 3 is to exercise or get your body moving. This can manifest itself in many ways. You can go out for a walk, you can go running. I remember when I had really bad anxiety, I was just working out so much, running a lot. Especially in college, I had really bad anxiety, and I got in really good shape in college because I was running and going to the gym every single day without fail because I had to. I had to get my body moving because my heart was coming out of my chest, and if I didn't translate that energy into something healthy, I was just going to die and have a panic attack and cry, and we all know how that feels. My dad also suffered from anxiety when I was really little and panic attacks, and he actually, you know, had to get medicated for it, and he was the one that got me into that whole when you feel bad, go for a run, because when I was little, I used to go running with him all the time through the neighborhood. We'd go exercise together. When I was like 4 or 5 years old, I'd ride my bike with him. It was like a habit. So now when I feel like that, I'm like, okay, automatically work out, go for a run, go get your body moving. That is like the best thing for me. So you can do anything. Yoga is really, really good because you center yourself, you get grounded, and you're also doing exercise. You could just go for a walk your dog, get outside, breathe in some fresh air, whatever it is, but get your body moving. One of my favorite things, especially when I'm feeling super stressed out or anxious, is to just blast my music or put my headphones in or whatever and dance around and listen to my favorite music. That's one of my favorite things to do. Music is a huge contributor. I should make a playlist for like my anxiety. Music is huge. Like, I'm the type of person where I get goosebumps from music. I'm highly receptive to music. Music is super, super powerful on my brain. So if I'm feeling bad or I'm feeling some kind of way, I can't listen to certain types of music. Like, I can't listen to like rap or party music or anything like that. Like, it just puts me in a negative place. So I have to listen to classical or lo-fi beats or things like that. I am just so sensitive to music. So that's another thing, is putting on your favorite music, your happy music, the music that's really energetic and reminds you of good times. For me, a lot of that is also like 70s music. That's probably some of my favorite, like feel good, now in the moment kind of music. But yeah, anyways, get your body moving. Doesn't matter what you do, just when you start feeling the heart, you know, beating out of the chest and not being able to breathe, try to, you know, slow down, put on some good music, go for a walk, go outside, breathe in some fresh air. It really, really, really changes the game. Tip number 4 kind of goes along with it, and that is to be present and center yourself. I meditate about once a day, and it's really important right when you wake up or right before you go to sleep or just when you're feeling awful, please meditate. I know for people who, when I first started out, it was really hard for me too, and I didn't know how to meditate. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. I couldn't sit up straight for that long, things like that. It was really hard, but once you get past like that beginner stage, it really, really does wonders for you, for your mental health, just for your well-being. Whenever I don't meditate, I'm just an awful person. Not awful, but I'm very short of patience, short temper, things like that. But meditating really, really puts things into perspective, and it just, right after you do it, I just feel just so much happier. So try it out, meditate, do mindfulness, practice your mindfulness. It could be coloring, could be painting, could be drawing, could be creating stuff with your hands, doing handiwork, whatever, cleaning your house even. You know, just disconnect from the internet, disconnect from social media. that was a huge thing for me. Social media gave me so much anxiety, and it still does. Like, I go to check Snapchat, and since when I was really bad with my anxiety, I was basically always on Snapchat. So Snapchat automatically to me, which is why I don't really get on it so much anymore. I just don't feel like, I don't know, posting. But Snapchat, really weird, but Snapchat I feel like contributed to my anxiety, or just the fact that I make the connection between that time in my life and Snapchat is probably why now, even when I go click on Snapchat and I see all my notifications, I get so much anxiety. I have my notifications turned off on all my social media, on Instagram and Snapchat. Facebook, no, because it's just like friends and family, but where I have more followers, I don't have notifications. That's why a lot of you guys are like, why don't you answer my DMs? Why? Because I don't see the DM unless I go on to Instagram. I don't get notifications for comments. I don't get notifications for everything, because that really contributed to my anxiety so much. So just disconnecting from social media. What helped me a lot was going to Cuba. I was really addicted to the internet and social media, and over there, the internet, you have to pay for it, and it's really, you don't have it all the time. You have to go to a park or a public place to get it, and it's limited, so, and it's not good, so you can't really spend hours and be on the internet all the time over there. It's just impossible. So going over there so frequently has really weaned me off. Like, I was addicted to it, and going over there was like therapy. That really helped me a lot with my internet addiction, my social media addiction, because I was always on it. And that helped a lot with my anxiety too. It was just going over there for weeks and disconnecting from everything, and it has made me a more patient, more present person. And I think that's probably what a lot of us need to do, is like a social media detox. So you don't have to go away to a place off the grid, of course, but you can delete some social media apps for a couple of weeks or maybe a month or so, whatever. Tell your friends you're fine, tell everybody you're fine, you're just getting off, and you'll feel so much better. You'll be able to have more time and not wake up and immediately just check your inbox. It's so liberating. You know, you just really need to focus on slowing down and reading more books. I think that's really important, is reading books that are going to make you feel just more in tune with yourself. Maybe even books, self-help books are my favorite. Even books that just bring you to a whole new place. So fantasy and fiction, all that, those novels are also really good. Try to take up a hobby or a practice or a routine that's going to help you center yourself and just be more present. Slow down. Don't be so go. Take time for yourself. Take an hour, 2 hours, whatever. Spa days. You know, create a routine around just disconnecting and being alone. I think that's really, really important too, is being alone. Or if you're always alone, take time with people. You know, you don't always have to be alone. You don't always have to be around people, but it's good to have a balance. So try to strike a balance between being alone and being around people. And finally, tip number 5, and I know you guys are gonna say, what does this have to do with anxiety, blah, blah. Well, I know that a lot of us have anxiety about where we are in life and what we look like, and social anxiety and things like that. So that's why my 5th tip is to focus on your own life. Focus on bettering your life. Stop focusing on what everyone else is doing, what people are accomplishing, your situation compared to other people's. Stop doing that. Stop the whole comparison thing, because I know for me that contributed a lot to my own anxiety, and I know it contributes to a lot of your anxieties too, as a 20-something-year-old millennial in the Western world or wherever you may be in life. I know that comparing yourself to other people or to other people's successes or whatever can really make you feel like you're behind, make you feel anxious, make you feel stressed out. So it's important that instead of being sad about where you are or comparing yourself to somebody else and feeling like you're not at that level or you need to be at that level, whatever, try to focus on your life. Focus on getting ahead, focus on your own successes, work hard, set goals, be super on top and disciplined to yourself. Stop procrastinating, please. Procrastination was probably the leading cause of my anxiety in college. So if you have to get things done, if you have a deadline, just do it, because the more you put things off, the worse it's gonna get. It's not just gonna disappear. And just find stuff you love to do. Focusing on your own life is getting your shit together, getting your life together, but also finding stuff you love to do, finding hobbies, finding pastimes, finding time to do the things you love or be with the people you love or just do things you've never done before. Make your life exciting, make your life your choice. Just focus on your choices and make better ones. And that way, when you start focusing in on your own life and what you're doing, you can stop focusing on what everyone else is doing around you and worrying if so-and-so did this or that or not. That's pretty much it for dealing with anxiety. I know this is not going to work for everyone, but try some of these tips out, and please don't take this as there's something wrong if you have to take medication. I know there are really extreme forms of anxiety, and if you have to get professional help, please get professional help. Please seek medical attention. Talk to your doctor about what options you may have. Please don't feel like it's a shameful thing to use medication, but I know there's a lot of people who don't want to, and there's a lot of people who do want to try things out. So please, when it comes to these things, especially anxiety, it's really important to try different things out. Tinker with yourself a little bit, tinker with your mind and your energy and what you're doing in your life, and try to figure out what it is that may be causing it or what it is that may be contributing to it, and just trying out different things that you probably never tried out before, you thought were dumb or wouldn't help you. Just be open-minded to different possibilities, and you'll see that over time, when you're really dedicated and you want to get better and you don't want it to rule over your life anymore, you'll find something. You will make the effort to find what works for you, what helps you, and in turn just take control of your life again. And I think that's the beauty of dealing with anxiety, is that you have this debilitating problem, this issue, this mental issue. You can take control over your situation, and whether that be by getting help, professional help, reaching out to somebody, these self-help videos, reading books, taking up new routines, whatever it may manifest itself as, all that matters is that you are making an effort in fighting it. So don't worry if it takes you a year, a few months, whatever, just never stop fighting it. Mental health issues are not just going to go away overnight. They're not going to go away at the flip of a switch or with a magic pill. We have to make the conscious effort to make things better, and that's how we can better our life. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have your own tips or just self-help tips that have helped you with anxiety or cope with any kind of issue you may have, or stress or things like that, please leave them down below so that we can help each other out. And also please give a thumbs up if you want to see more videos on this topic. I know I haven't really done like an actual anxiety, stress, mental health video in a while. I know I do talk about self-help all the time, but I mean like actual mental health. Then please give me a thumbs up if you want to see more. And also don't forget to subscribe to see more videos from me, and be on alert when my new announcement comes out, because I promise you guys, you will be crazy about this. You will love it, and I am so excited to reveal it to you guys, and I'm just so happy. I'm so excited. Thank you guys so very much for watching. And always remember that no matter what you may be dealing with, no matter who you are in life, your true beauty, your true worth, and your true power always come from within. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.